Chris Brown here at NoNonsenseKnowHow. Today, kind of doing a remake of a video I did about 3 years ago on how to replace a tube. This time I'm putting a new tire on this dirt bike wheel. So I'm going to make a fast-paced video, show you how I do it. This is going to be trailside style, working on the ground and using these little steel tire irons, a 12mm wrench, and a Schrader valve tool. Now, if you want to protect your rim, you can get yourself some rim protectors like these, and I'll show you where these would go later in the video, but I don't care about this rim. Alright, so you're out on the trail, got a flat tire, but you happen to have brought a spare with you. First things first, get the wheel off the bike, and then get some paper towels or anything you got, stuff them in these holes if you have it, to prevent dirt and debris getting in there. If you're working on a rear wheel, I recommend leaving the sprocket down to protect your knuckles. If it's a front wheel like this, I usually like to leave the rotor up so you don't bend or scratch the rotor on the ground. Take your Schrader valve tool and remove the core. I keep a cap on mine that has one built into it. Those really come in handy. And make sure to put that somewhere safe. You don't want to lose that. Take your 12mm wrench and thread this nut off of here. If you've got a bead lock on your rim, it would go right here on this one. You loosen that nut, back that all the way off, push the bead lock in to release it. Okay, now we got to break our tire bead. You can take the spoon end of here and tuck it down in here, pushing it down, or if it's a loose one, you can just work your way around and loosen both sides of the bead. If you've got it, this would be the time to spray some soapy water around here, but if you're on the trail, you might not. So you're going to take your tire iron here and start where the valve stem is. That's where you're going to want to first pry it up. Make sure your bead lock is pushed all the way in and the tire is pushed down below the rim here so it can get seated in there. And get your tire iron in there and get started, but make sure that you don't pinch the tube with this. You got to be extremely careful. And then you can just work your way around, being very careful not to pinch the tube. At this point, we have one side of the tire fully up. We can pull it up over here where the valve stem is, push your valve stem through, and pull your tire tube out. If you were just replacing the tube, you would stuff your tube back in there, and you could fast forward this video, but we're going to be putting the tire on. This is a good time to take a look at your tube, inspect for any damage on it, and you can actually see the tire rubber rubbed all over this. This is, a lot of guys like to put baby powder inside of the tire to kind of try to prevent this from happening, but this isn't damage of the tube itself. This is just that tire actually being rubbed onto this tube. I don't know if you can see that stuff on there, but baby powder inside in between the tube and the tire can help prevent that. Let's get a tire off of here. If you had a bead lock, you would remove that at this time as well, and get your tire iron in there, and same thing, just work it around, pull that tire off. Once you're about halfway, you can usually just pull the tire off of there, like so. I should mention, even if you were just doing a tube, it's always a good idea to take the tire off, inspect the entire inside for anything that may have popped that tube. If it went flat for unobvious reasons, definitely a good idea to always inspect the inside, run your hand along there and make sure there's nothing, no sharp edges. And then you would inspect the rim, look for any obvious damage or sharp edges, and if your spoke cover, this rubber band here, either replace this or use duct tape in its place if this thing is all damaged or torn. This one seems okay though. Like I said, if you got some baby powder and you want to prevent that chafing, take a little bit, put it inside the tire like so, and then just kind of spin the tire around, shake it around in there. And we're ready to go back on. You want to make sure to check the orientation of your tire if it's directional. This one's not. So go ahead and slip that first bead over there and make sure this top bead sits over the top of the wheel. Work it around and then get your tire irons in there and get that first bead on. Next step is going to be taking your bead lock, stuffing that back in here and getting the nut started on that. Of course I don't have one. And you'll take your tube, start with the stem here, and make sure your stem's lined up where it's going to be going, and start tucking your tube into this tire. You want to make sure that's tucked all the way around, nice and uniform, and not twisted anywhere, and that your valve stem is lined up with the hole. You can then take your valve stem, poke it through the hole, and start your nut on that. Just thread that nut on a turn or two, and then you're going to come to the other side, and this is where we'll start putting the tire on. This is when it really comes in handy to have some soapy water on this, but again, a lot of time on the trail you might not have that. So you can put this on without, and I'll show you how to do that without popping the tube here. Just gotta be real careful and work your way around. And just every bite, you gotta make sure, rock it back and forth and make sure that tube is not in your way. Once you get it on a couple, you can kind of work it around by your hand here, and you're working, because the last pull is gonna be where the stem is there. The most important thing to keep in mind is that this tire bead is getting pushed down into the valley of the rim all the way around. If you don't have it pushed down in there, it's never gonna go on and you're gonna end up ripping the tire. Once you got it on there, you're going to want to make sure that your valve stem is again perfectly straight without you having to force it straight. And then go around both sides, pushing the tire out of the way, and make sure that the tube is fully inside the tire and not in between the rim and the tire, where if you go to fill it up, it would balloon out or get pinched in there. Of course, if you had a bead lock, you'd be having to work around that too, and make sure that that's fully pressed in when you're trying to do this so that it's out of the way of the bead. And I forgot to touch on these plastic pieces here. These are to protect your rim from scratches like mine have, like if you have painted wheels. So you would just snap these in place like that, and then do the same process with the tire irons, and these will protect your rims. But of course, I don't care about that because these ain't painted and they're gonna get smashed up off-road anyway, so why would I want to protect the paint on them? Now we're gonna spin our nut down here a little bit and get some air to fill this tire up. Since I said trail style, I'll try filling it with this little air pump here. I put the core in and we'll see if this thing works. Well, that took pretty long with this thing, but the bead is seated all the way around. Definitely enough pressure to ride this baby home. And at this point, you would snug down your 12mm nut here, and just you don't want to over tighten this. Just snug it down a little bit, and that will be good to go. Put your valve cap on, and you're done. And I just checked. I was actually able to get this up to 30 psi with that little hand pump, so that's pretty good. At this point, I'm going to balance my wheel using this balance stand. A lot of guys don't do this, so you can skip this step if you want, if it's a dirt bike, but if you take it on the road, it's a good idea to use a balance stand like this, and check that. One final little tip for you. Of course, before you remove the nut on this valve stem, you'll want to clean the dirt off of it, but a good way to prevent dirt and crud from getting built up in the threads is taking a little piece of hose like this, and then leaving it on there underneath the cap, so when you thread that on, it's a nice, good tight fit in there, and the dirt and crud don't get up in the threads. And that's the technique that I use to switch my dirt bike tires and tubes. Other guys use other techniques, and of course, if you have a stand to hold it and other fancy tools, nicer tire irons, that really makes the process a lot easier. So give this one a thumbs up if it helped you out. Consider checking out my channel. Until next time, this is Chris Brown here, No Nonsense Know How. See you in the next one.